Hello and welcome to a video. My name is Shaden, and in this video we'll look at a very important feature in the Joomla CMS, and it's about language override. Joomla is a multi-language system, a multi-language CMS. That means it allows you to create a website where you can serve users from multiple languages, but the code base can still be one website. Let's look at the login page, for example. So the username may not be called username in French or Spanish, and same goes for password, and same goes for login. And you may want to change these based on when the user logs in. So Joomla does this by default and allows you to do that using language constants. Most likely the language you're looking for, the ones I spoke about, French, Spanish, have the core translations available. That means when you install French and the French translation for Joomla, you will get the translations for username, password, login, remember, and all of these default, if I may, elements combined. But there are times when there are other extensions, other templates that do not have translations available. And that's when the overrides come into place. You can override any language variable for any language and change it. And I'll just go through the process and how it works. So now that you understand how a multi-language site works, we'll go ahead and enable language debug that you can do by going to System, Global Configuration, and Debug Language to Yes. And in the language display, we're going to change this to constant and save it. And what's going to happen is everything that is coming through language is going to change to constant the minute I refresh the screen. Now you can see this is a language constant, this is a language constant, this is a language constant, all of this. Now, in the older versions of Joomla, this was not possible. You could not select between seeing the value and the constant. The reason being, you could only see the value, and the reason this was a problem is, let's say you wanted to locate one of these. Let's say we'll go ahead and change this back to value for a second and refresh. And let's say we want to change to password day or something like that. So we create language overrides and extensions, language and overrides. So we select our language here and we'll click new. And here you can search for a value. So you'll see when I put password here, I have more than a few results here because password is a common term which is being used in a few different places. And hence you can see the problem is I do not know which field I want to change just because there are too many fields using password. But with the constant option available in the language override, what happens is I can see the actual constant. So instead of searching for a value, I can use this global password. Now this looks like it's all broken, so you'll have to change this back all the time and go to languages and overrides and new, and instead of searching here I can just paste the constant here and I can say reuse password and save, and there you go. That's how you create language overrides in Joomla. That's how simple as it is. And long gone are the times where you had to search for the constants here, because again, with the language override, you can easily enable the debug and in the display select constant instead of value, and you will be able to see the exact constant that is being used. So the common terms like password or username or login, you don't have to look for these terms anymore because you'll see the constant right here. Unfortunately, there isn't a way to enable this on the front end and not enable it on the back end just because of the way it works. I think there may be a way. Let's see if we can disable it on the back end. So I know the debug at the bottom is done through the plugin, the debug plugin. And if we open this plugin up and then we say we only want to enable this to registered users, no, it's only applicable to the front end. It's going to show up to the super admin anyway. So there is no way to disable it on the back end and keep it on the front end, but and this looks messier when you enable the constant, but at least you get the constant, you get the exact constant. So you want to change login, that's jlogin, and you can go to, now it'll be hard to navigate with the constant on, but I just know this stuff, so I can do it. Yeah, maybe I don't know it either. Yeah, okay, so we don't have to use the stars, by the way. So log me in and save, and the configuration, I'll go ahead and disable the language debug, refresh, and there you go, log me in. So that's how you enable language debug with constant and find out the constants you need to override using the Joomla language manager. Thanks for watching.